The draft lottery is tomorrow, right? And there's a talk, will the Lakers keep their top 3 pick? LaVar Ball is sure that they will keep their pick and take his son. I said, how can you be so sure? And he said, you have to speak it into existence. I mean, I get that, but he's like, no, he's going to be a Laker. You have to speak it into existence. And that's not just something that he said about the draft lottery. That's not something he just says right now. This is something that he's been talking about his whole life, actually before his sons were even born.
Make no mistake, Lonzo Ball is talent.
It's all about them beans, billions.
All he is a hot take artist.
You don't have to like the guy, but I think you gotta like the spirit of what it is that he's trying to do.
The last year has been the story of the Ball family. Like, you are everywhere.
I'm everywhere because people like that controversial stuff. And it's just like this, you got the good guys and you got the bad guys. So I was a good guy, but negativity sells, so everybody want to jump on me, but that's fine. Like, they jumping on me, have fun, because my son is whooping your ass on that court.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I do all my playing on the court. You can say whatever you want off of it.
The Ball family, they do it their way, laughing in the face of the status quo.
Now everybody's talking about the price tag, $495.
I wouldn't pay $495 for the greatest Michael Jordan shoe.
It turns into a joke with the price tag.
Earlier this month, Lonzo Ball released his own shoe, his O2s, becoming the first player to enter the NBA with his own independent signature shoe.
There's always barriers you can break. It's just who wants to break them first. With kids, you know, that's 19 can make his own shoe the way he wants it, how he wants it to feel.
What makes a shoe sell?
I think the person who wears it helps a lot. I mean, everybody's looking for a new trend, new style.
If you're not good, people aren't going to want your shoes.
That's facts. That's true. You know, who's going to want to wear a loser's shoe? I know I wouldn't. So, I mean, what you do on the court is going to help you off the court.
There was a report that your mom had suffered a stroke. I just wanted to know if that was the case and how you're holding up.
I got no comment on that, man. It's a family thing.
During the NCAA tournament, Lonzo was asked about reports concerning his mother, Tina's health. She had suffered a stroke in late February and been hospitalized.
That's my mom. She's definitely getting better. You know, just got to stay positive.
Do you still see her right now?
Yeah, we see her all the time, you know, at least 4 or 5 times a week.
Are you able to just focus on basketball?
I'm always doing it, and it helps me cope with things, you know, when I want to get something off my mind. Basketball's always there for me.
What's your mom say right now about, like, how you should handle this next part?
She can't really talk right now, but I mean, she definitely, she knows what we're saying, and she smiles all the time, so that's a good thing.
What would she want you to do right now?
Definitely keep playing and just be the best player I can be.
Ball all the way with the left hand. Ball said to himself, I'm going to take this game over. Lonzo Ball, my goodness.
That was my final game for UCLA, and appreciate all the fans and all the support.
One of the teams that you might get drafted by, if the ping pong balls fall the right way, is the Lakers. You've already said you want to play for the Lakers.
Right.
Do you think that's going to happen?
No, I don't think that's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. The Lakers going to get that ball, then they're going to get that ball.
I mean, if he says it.
Sounds good.
Exactly. Here we go.
I mean, because you can say it, and then what if it doesn't happen? What if you're in Brooklyn? What if you're in New Orleans, Sacramento,
That's fine.
Phoenix?
My goal is to make it to the NBA. I've been wanting to do that since I've been a kid. So regardless of whoever I play for, I'm going to have fun doing it.
You get to the league, and there's going to be a little resentment, right? I mean, you come out and you get your own brand, your own shoe. You got a lot of publicity.
It's always like that. In this world, everybody got an opinion. So you're going to have people that like you, people that don't care about you, people that hate you. That's just how it is.
Lonzo should be #1 because he's the only player in the draft that can make everybody else around him better.
I love the rebellion of this guy, and I love the chaos that he's causing.
He's better than Steph Curry to me.
He's setting them up for a massive failure.
I, for one, think we ought to, say goodbye to LaVar Ball.
Do you ever think about, like, your dad is so confident in these visions and these dreams that he has that, like, but you're the one who has to carry them out?
He's been acting like that for 19 years, so it's nothing new to me. I wouldn't be here without him. So if I go back on him, that's like going back on what I've been doing my whole life, and I don't think that's right.
If you don't want all this attention, don't be good. Guess what? Ain't nobody going to ask your name or nothing. Everybody is saying, how come Lonzo is not like his father? He better not be like me. He raised in Chino Hills. I'm raised in South Central. He is who he is. Lonzo gonna do him, I'm gonna do me.
When I first showed up there, I had breakfast with him, right? And you show up to the door, and LaVar comes to the door and says, "Hey, come on in." And he's big personality, and I made breakfast for everybody because he does that every single day. He gets up at 5, makes breakfast for his younger 2 sons before they go off to school, and then Lonzo starts around 9. And Lonzo was really quiet, right? He didn't say much all during breakfast. And then he didn't say much during the workout. Didn't say much during lunch. And I noticed he listens to his music a lot, because his dad's talking all the time, right? So what's he gonna do but sort of find a way to shut it out a little bit so he listens to his music. But then the more you're around him, the more he talks, the more he's a normal guy, the more that you get him off to the side and you talk. He's sort of learned how to deal with his dad really his whole life. And so I think the question, he always knows that question's coming in any interview. You say to him, Lonzo, come on, really? How do you deal with your dad? He's always talking and stirring things up. And he goes, he's been like this my whole life. And, I pushed him a few times to say, at some point, do you want him to just stop? Because when you get to the league, the guys in the league are going to be like, yo, man, your dad called me out. When you play LeBron James, what's that going to be like after he's already had a skirmish with him? And Lonzo's like, look, my dad raised me. My dad is I talk to my dad every day. I love my dad. How would it be for me to turn my back on him after everything he's done for him? And I right now I take it as genuine because, you gave him so much time to say that, but also you see how involved he is in his son's life. And so there's probably going to come a point where he's going to be off in the NBA and doing his own thing. But for right now, this is his dad, and he's rolling with him. He's a trainer, and I think people don't quite understand that personality type. But he spends his whole day training, not just his sons, but all these kids in the neighborhood. He's probably got 20 or 30 kids who come by regularly for training, and he's been a personal trainer his whole life. And we talked a lot about that in doing this story and doing the pieces, that he's a father to his sons, but he's also their trainer. And I don't know if people quite understand that. He used to train dogs. He said he trained pigeons. I said, you train pigeons, LaVar? And he said, yeah, I can make a pigeon do a backflip. And I was LaVar,
Lord.
really? You can make a pigeon do a backflip? But that's just LaVar. That's who he is.